mine, and all is not fine. Like there is all my corruption. I need destruction to make me feel okay. Did I get lost along the way? Playing nice like they wanted me to be. No, I will not smile to make your day. I just wanna cause a little entropy. You tried so hard to make a hero out of me, but there are some rules I don't obey, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. Entropy. Evil entropy. Entropy. You tried so hard to take the discord out of me, but I'm not generic in that way, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. I just wanna cause a little entropy. Well, I got no good intention. The fourth dimension is my own mansion. It's all messed up, I don't care. Cause what fun is there in ever making sense? Did I get lost along the way? Lose my mind for a new identity? I quite enjoy ruining your day, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. You tried so hard to make a hero out of me, but there are some rules I don't obey, and I just wanna cause a little chaos and entropy. Entropy. Evil entropy. 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 You tried so hard to take the discord out of me, but I'm not generic in that way, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. This old heart was never warm. Silly ponies can't reform. Life was already so real. So you can try to change my ways for the rest of all your days, but I can't change the way I feel. That was really cheesy. Did I get lost along the way? Lose my mind for a new identity? I quite enjoy ruining your day, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. You tried so hard to make a hero out of me, but there are some rules I don't obey, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. I'm causing all the entropy, entropy, yeah, entropy, entropy. You tried so hard to take the discord out of me. Guess what? I wasn't born that way, and I just wanna cause a little entropy. What?
So I kind of like that song. Not really. It's illustrative of something that I wanted to start talking about today. Um, so some of you might know I've been waging. You know, I'm doing the delivery job, and for what it's worth, it's okay. The actual portions of the job that are the job are not bad at all, but as per usual, it's people that make everything difficult. Always make things harder than they have to be. And I had to get like a big data phone plan so I can look up addresses and use GPS so I can, do my deliveries. And I'm like hurting for things to listen to while I'm doing it. Because I'm stuck in a car for fucking hours on end. And the radio's horrible. I don't know if any of you guys have tried to listen to the radio in the last 10, 20 fucking years, but these canned personalities on there that like people pretend to love. They always have the goofball Chad archetype that's self-deprecating, and then they have the woman that dunks on him the whole time and flirts with the audience a little bit. Like every radio station used this exact same pairing. And out of an hour of radio broadcast, you get like maybe 15, 20 minutes of actual music. The rest of it's fucking unsolicited opinions from radio show hosts that don't, I mean, they don't entertain me. I don't need these people. They don't contribute anything of value to me. I'd rather listen to the same 5 boomer rock songs on repeat all day long than a single word from these people. So I'm trying to listen to stuff. I went back to, some genres I liked in the past. You know, it's the hyper pop, the nightcore, the glitchcore. Okay. And what I realized with a lot of these songs, I didn't really like pay attention to the lyrics before. They were just, you know, like catchy. Is that like women seem to be proud of being like agents of destruction. Like it's some sort of an achievement for them. They like they like to just tear things down, which is ironic because it's like God made women give birth as like a punishment for their nature. Like they hate creation, so they are forced to create at the expense of their body. And the worst song of this vein that I've heard yet. I can't even believe that it is a I can't believe that it's a thing. I can't believe that people make music of this and they make light of it. Um, I'll play the other one for you. The previous one's a woman like singing about just delighting in causing fucking entropy and chaos. You know, and that's kind of whimsical, you know, that people might even look at a woman saying that and be like, well, she's honest. Women love their drama. You know, they might even say it's like a positive thing that she's acting like that. And then you have even more extreme ones. Listen to this one. I couldn't believe this one when I heard it.
Walking down the street, just shaking my baby, shaking my, shaking my baby. Walking down the street, just shaking my baby, shake that baby. Walking down the street, just shaking my baby, shaking my, shaking my baby. Walking down the street, just shaking my baby, shake that baby. Who put my baby in the oven? Who put my baby in the oven? Who put my baby in the oven? Was it you? Who put that baby in the oven? Who put that baby in the oven? Who put that baby in the fucking oven? Baby in the washer, baby in the dryer. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Baby corpses. Put him in the coffin. Work that baby. Baby murder. Baby in the washer, baby in the dryer. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire. Mama's in the kitchen with the baby on fire.
So like that is very on the nose. Like, and of course, you know, it's a white or a white presenting Jewish woman, like, or a tranny or something making that music, if you can call it that. And the comments are full of like women with the, you know, the type with the holds up spork, like uh my mic's too quiet. Let's try and we can turn it up maybe. Let's take a look here. Sound settings, not there. Recording. Might be better now. That's the only adjustment I have left. Like, these women are just like they glorify destroying their own children. I don't like. I get it, but I don't want to get it. You know, and I've been dealing with my own kind of like nonsense. I've got these people wanting me to do some really dumb shit. My gang stalkers are asking a very high price with a very low reward on the table. You know, I'm kind of fortunate, I think. You know, I think the more I experience this situation, I think being an incel is kind of a blessing. right away you're not going to have an opportunity, accidentally or intentionally, to bring a child into this world to suffer. So that's good. That's a win right off the bat. And if you can make it out of that phase where, you know, you're like a horny dude, you just want to smash. Like for me, my 20s were just brutal. I didn't feel it so much when I was a teen, but my 20s, dude, holy fuck, all I could think about was girls. And now I don't want to think about them at all. They're just kind of like I still catch myself doing it, not as often, but that's what they're trying to ply me with. They're trying to make it seem like if I do what they want, you know, I'll get a girl. And like my job even it's like a gang stalky job. Like every place I go to do a delivery, it's like it's with the exception of a couple of them. Some of them are just nothing happens there. Other ones it's like every time I have to go deliver to the university is always some kind of like theater when I'm there. But I'm glad I can resist this temptation now. You know, I think a lot of people in this situation, I think a lot of incels, you see it with like the school shooting stuff or whatever. I think we've been intentionally put in this predicament. I think true forced loneliness is the best term, and it's very accurate because unlike gang stalking or something that inappropriately or poorly or incorrectly describes the phenomena at play, true forced loneliness is the mechanism by which I think the government that be plans to manufacture participation. So people talking about how, you know, there's going to be a draft and all this other stuff, I think it's already going on. I think that they have these means of covertly communicating to individuals, and if you do Zog's bidding, then you get one of Zog's women, and all women are Zog's women. But you know, people can call it cap or whatever. I don't care if like a 10 out of 10 Stacy is all of a sudden miraculously into me. It's like a too little too late situation. You know, I know that I'm not attractive, or at least not as attractive as I used to be. I know that I'm damaged by the years of being alone. And I know that any woman that comes my way now can't be trusted. So, if I wasn't good enough to get a girl 10 years ago, 15 years ago, why would I even want one now? I call me a retard, whatever. I only ever wanted the Disney one-itis. You know, I wanted the Bonnie and Clyde. I wanted like I wanted my one and only. And now these people act like I'm petty because I don't want to take what's on offer when I can't afford it. I don't like it. You know, they mistook me asking out that other girl as being like as viewing women as like a product. You know, I don't want that. The only reason I even asked out that girl was because I thought that like you know, all the synchronicity and coincidence was like the universe finally telling me I'd waited long enough. But now I know that it's all just technology. It's all just Project Bluebeam controlling people. Like it's just Zog. I got played like a fiddle by technology beyond my comprehension. And now they expect you to just not take it personally. Hey, that's better than I get, William. They don't even talk to me. They just keep arranging situations where I'm supposed to, like, stick my neck out for a girl again, and that will never happen. It makes me think that most people that end up in this situation that I'm in are actual retards with no impulse control. Because they seem very, like, frustrated and flustered that they got me to nibble the hook one time, and, like, now I'm not biting at all. They spend all day making hand signs at me. They want me to get my hands dirty, let's put it that way, and I'm just not interested in what they are offering. You know, they want me to clean up the community, so to speak, and it's not my job, it's not my problem. It's not my community. You made that very clear. You know, you exiled me from it for a long time. I didn't get to have a life. And it's like that meme where it's talking about like the deep sea fish or whatever, right? You know, they've adjusted to the crushing depths and pressure. You know, like this is my normal. So, they try to subliminally um, guilt and blackmail me. I'm supposed to feel guilty for what I did. And I don't. I really don't. At least not with the girl. Andy, you ever play a video game where they're very explicit about guiding you through the game? A lot of the time they'll use like yellow spray paint to like tell you where to go and shit. That's what they do in my real life. They leave little like messages and nudges all over the place. One of the places I stop frequently has like very odd spray paint on it constantly. Um, Andy saying I'm a test subject resonates with me because one of these spray paint messages, um, one of these spray paint messages was calling me an MK Ultra freak. I just use yellow as an example. It's in all colors. But the colors are always like with a purpose. They're always like color coded to like align with some sort of idea or not. So they even have a bus stop sign that says "You're proof that these signs work." And they put it up like right after I started working in this area. It wasn't there the first day, and then it was. It's hard to explain. There's just so much of it. So, it's all like specific to me. Yeah. I'm very skeptical of all the child abuse stuff nowadays because it's obviously the mechanism of control in our society. Like look at the whole Epstein situation. And I know from my personal experiences that yeah, the smiley face stuff is real, William. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. I know from my personal experiences that, like, for example, right, I was delivering at this hotel, and the hotel has 2 lanes of traffic going in and out of the underground parking. One going one direction, one going the other. Okay? And I've got to roll carts of stuff in and out of the building. Not a hard job, okay? And some guy and his wife, I guess, are pushing a baby stroller up one side. Okay? So I'm trying to avoid these people. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to hang out with you. I don't know you. And his wife with the fucking stroller starts walking like diagonally at me with the thing. And like I make my body language very obvious. Like if you pretend this guy here is the guy's wife coming at me with the stroller, okay? I like diagonal off. I go completely the other way. I pillar her, okay? I get some concrete posts in between me and them. Show them that I don't want anything to do with whatever they've got going on. Yeah, I mean the dead birds. That's the threat, right? Because it's oh, you're talking about things. When I first got arrested for this whole thing, there was a guy who had a neck tattoo at the courthouse that had a bird with an arrow through its head on the side of his neck right in front of me. So, the threats just kind of fall on deaf ears too, because they put you in a no-win situation. They keep harassing you to try to get you to do things for them while offering you stuff that you don't really want. Like, I don't want kids. I don't want, your Horzog women that you assign to your worker ants. Okay. I want money up front. Okay. I want a lot of money up front. So much money that I can take it and run. And if you're not gonna do that, then I'm not gonna do anything. My life is already trash. Most of my life, the best years have already been taken from me. Somebody killing me and taking the remainder of it would be doing me a favor. So, like, threatening that you're gonna kill the bird, I don't. Please do. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Dead or in jail, probably. So they're making it very apparent. I'm never gonna be like, the entire town is run by Masons, man. And like, I can't make enough money to get out of the town, but I can't make any money because I'm not one of them and they hate me. So, Yeah, there's the threats again. Turning me into a nugget. Uh-huh. Like, to even know that phrase, you gotta be fucked in the head. Masons are all, I don't know if it's technology or demonic, they are all, like, interlinked. They function effectively like Agent Smiths from the Matrix. Like, they can just spawn in, they're all over the place, their actions are orchestrated. No, dude, I'm stuffing my face. I just got home from the wage cage. I need my Zog slop to keep me healthy and strong for the next day of waging. The police are all Masons too, like that's why I have no hope. Like they're all in on it, man. They're all on this same kind of team and there's like no getting away from it. I'm completely at their mercy. The one woman that people were telling me to Gilf Max with got fired. She's not there anymore. Which is good. Didn't really like her. I got trapped in the car getting a ride back from one of the drop-off points today with my boss, though. And, like, dude, getting trapped in a car with your coworker or your boss is even worse, man. Like, this lady started, like, complaining about fucking Trump, like, started telling me about how her husband is in prison for first-degree murder. Like, and then she started telling me how she's glad that Pierre Poilievre lost the election here in Canada because he wanted to take women's rights away. And I just have to like sit there like, dude, it's so hard. Cuz I try to just like shoot from the hip, right? I don't like fucking playing this game of hiding things from people and all this other shit like. And then I'm put in this situation where like I know I can't tell her what I actually think. Like I have to just fucking shut the fuck up and bite my tongue. Yeah, I think they killed one of my dogs too, William. Because when we took him into the vet, he had kidney failure. And the doctor was basically accusing me because he had the symptoms as if he had like drank like automobile coolant or something. And the guy was basically accusing me of doing it because I work on cars, but like I know that shit's poison. I know it's sweet. I know they not to leave it out around animals. So somebody probably fucking did the same thing. That's how people will try and kill your pet. They'll soak like things that the animal likes to eat in antifreeze, yeah. It is like basically exclusively women. Exclusively white women, honestly. Like I don't get the same vibes at all with non-white women. If it's a white woman where there would normally be or there is any level of sexual tension, the attitude that they give off is just completely out of control. Like it's crazy. I don't know. I like I hold the door for everybody, man. Okay? Like if I'm going into a store, I'll wait. I don't care if it's fucking five dudes. Like I'll hold the door for them. I don't care. No, I'm especially when I'm working, like I'm getting paid by the hour. It makes me feel good. It makes the company look good, and I make money doing it. So, whatever. But like women will play this stupid fucking game with me. It's like they play like door opening chicken where the woman like will not you ever end up when the fucking hallway dance, you and somebody else are walking towards each other in a hallway and you kind of do that like shuffle because you don't know which side the other person's going to go to, and it's always really awkward. That's kind of what it's like where these fucking every time it's like a white girl or a white woman. It's like old ladies are fine, it doesn't happen with them. They always do this shit where like we're both walking to the door together and they get so fucking awkward about it. Like they start adjusting their fucking pace. Like sometimes it's because they don't want to get to the door first and open it for me. Other times it's because they don't want me to open it for them. Like it makes me not want to be around them because I don't say anything to them. I'm not rude to them. I'm not going, "Void, kill yourself, Void." Okay, when they like walk past, I'm not even thinking it. And they all do this shit. Probably not, man. I don't like just dropping in there and like making an appearance. Like the cameo appearances are cringe. They don't feel good. Accused him of being a queen. Man. Yeah. The social destruction and sabotage that women dole out just like haphazardly is You know, and at best, like if you don't have other women that actually like you to like fight back against this, it doesn't, you're doomed, man. What version of WoW? I mean, they all for me have the same problem now. Whether you're playing retail or you're playing classic, there's no longevity. Even if you get the best gear on retail right now, in 4 months or 5 months, there's going to be a patch and it's all going to be worthless. If you get on classic right now and you get the best gear, well, Burning Crusade's coming out in 6 months. You're going to level to 70 and most of it will be worthless again. You can keep the character and go to Arrow with it. But I prefer classic. I wouldn't start right now, Harrier. What I would do is if you actually want to play, wait for another classic fresh server and start then. Yeah, wasn't it Hiram Abiff with the sacred temple construction? That's like one of their fucking gods is one of their original gays that constructed the thing with the stones. I don't want to say I like my job, but as far as jobs go, it's okay. Like I do like it for what it is. The pay could be better. I could get a little bit more hours, but it's a good, introduction back to waging. Sorry, I gotta do something quick here. Probably not, dude. I don't. Blasting which song? The problem with Neat is that, in my case, it's gonna be a dead end, man. Like people, my parents didn't get really leave me shit. So that's the big concern. Like I have to at least do like the bare minimum because what these people are trying to do is like I understand that the homeless people, like I don't know if anybody here lives in an area where there's a lot of homeless people or not, okay? But like there's a YouTube channel I think called like Homeless Holocaust or something like that. And that's what they're trying to do. That's what they want to happen. And a lot of people that I can't judge somebody. I can't administer death sentences to people for being homeless. You know, I'm sure a lot of them are pieces of shit. You know, they start fires, they fucking break into things, they're like attacking people. I'm sure a lot of them aren't though. And you know, if my life had went I've already been homeless like for a couple moments in life. You know? So how can I judge people that are just homeless themselves? I don't want to be around them. I don't like them, but I'm not going to judge, jury, executioner them. You know, I'm I'm going to be homeless. I can't make enough money to ever have a house ever. Yeah, and the motivation thing, man, like the only people I really that disgust me as being homeless, like homeless women. 'Cause if you're a homeless woman, all that says is that you have like such a tremendous fucking ego that you would rather like eat out of a fucking dumpster and like snort fentanyl all day than get with a guy that would be willing to like provide for you. You know, I feel bad for homeless guys a lot of the time. I don't want to work, dude. I don't want to do anything. I only wagey so that I can have like a little bit of money so I can buy some car parts and food that I like. That's all I got going for me in life anymore. It's just sad shit, man. Maybe you should make your society worth participating in if you don't want people smoking off pieces of tinfoil in every available fucking corner of your town. I kind of started this rant with though is like they're not offering me anything. Nobody's giving they want a very high price, probably my soul. And like the best they can do is like dude, they're trying to give me toddlers. These people are fucked in the head. Or like blown out like 25-year-old like roasties. Like dude, women don't even exist that don't have tattoos anymore. Like what would I want to do with a woman when they all have tattoos? And if she has a tattoo, you know right away she's already got a body count. And it's not like the other thing is too is like yeah, maybe I'd be willing to they fucking they change their path to fucking beeline strollers straight at me, dude. Like I'm walking on one side of the street, somebody walking on the other side of the street, they fucking cross the street and sprint a fucking stroller at me. That's how? Like people wouldn't fucking believe it if I pointed it out, you wouldn't believe it. It's nonsensical behavior from these people. Yes, exactly, William. Yeah.
It's not about the money, man. You know, let's say I did put up a thing, right? Okay? I put up the thing and I get some donations, okay? To own anything here in Canada, I would need like at bare minimum for a piece of land that you like just park a trailer on that is somewhere close enough to a city where you can still have a life. Yeah, you need like 250 to 500 grand. And that would get it in your possession, and then you're still going to owe thousands every year in property tax. So you're stuck waging at that point, or you're stuck participating in one way or another. Canada is hell on earth. I don't know what is. Well, I have kind of an idea here. Let me see if I can pull it up. So, are any of you guys familiar with the author Fritz Springmeier? Fritz Springmeier did like a write-up in 2022 titled "Something is Rotten in Canada." And he touches on a lot of the bigger problems. Yeah, that Fritz Springmeier. Canada is just like a slave colony. Like it's a giant plantation where it's the white people are slaves. It's a clown colony, dude. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'll link it in chat. No, the Jeets are the managerial class now. The Jeets are going to act as the intermediary between the real rulers and the white underclass. Uh, Calgary and Edmonton are already completely subverted by Jeets. You know, Alberta has been talking about separating, leaving the rest of the country, and as soon as this talk started happening, you had the Indian mayor of Calgary and the Indian mayor of Edmonton come out and say that that is not going to happen. And this isn't an indictment of all Jeets, okay? Like, individually, there's some Indian guys that I haven't minded. You know, they're cool dudes, they're alright, I don't mind them specifically. But as a political force, as an ethnicity, dude, it's unreal. Yeah, Donald Marshall with the dream the dream relocation shit with all the celebrities. Yeah, they run the hotel that I deliver to as well, but to their credit, it's all Indian girls and they're all pretty. So I can't complain about that. You know, like there's bigger fish to fry in that regard. I'm not going to complain about a hotel in the worst part of town under onslaught of crackheads that is staffed with like nothing but pretty Indian girls. Charles Carroll, I don't know. That whole like Sam Hyde group of people. Yeah, of course Pretty Pajita gets a pass, dude. I don't care. If I have to interact with immigrants, okay, I want to interact with their like attractive women. Okay, there's plenty of other things to complain about with immigration besides that. I don't know, dude. They're sweet and feminine, man. Like they're not loud, they're not argumentative, they're not covered in tattoos. They seem to still be interested in acting like women. I don't necessarily want to wife one up, but when I'm interacting in my daily life, I'd much rather interact with I can interact with a sweet Pajita girl who is like wholesome and kind, or I can get like dude, like the juxtaposition is like insane. Okay? I go to one location and it's like all like Pajita Tradfoos. I go to another location and it's like white woman the same age with half of her head shaved, a septum piercing, and 10 neck tats while being overweight. I mean, I don't know. They are their own race, but behaviorally, not necessarily, man. Like, some of you guys are pretty young, so maybe you don't remember, but like, you used to be able to go to like a store, you know, like you'd interact with white girls that worked like normal jobs, and they were just polite and nice. Okay, like they were just kind. Some of them were like sweet. And not in like a I'm gonna flirt with this girl 'cause she's my waiter and I know she wants a tip 'cause I'm a 60-year-old boomer sort of way. But like that doesn't exist anymore. White girls don't work normal low tier jobs anymore. At best, they'll be like a token white girl on like a fucking construction crew and she'll be like holding the sign and probably fucking five of the guys she works with. That's the only place you'll see them where they're like a corporate cheerleader effectively. Like they're just somebody that gets stuck in there by the employer to fill a quota and boost morale with their existence. Like, it was mad windy today, and I'm delivering at the university, and there's some chick wearing like she ticks my boxes, okay? She's white, she's not covered in shitty graffiti, she's probably attractive, but what's she wearing? It's fucking mad windy and you're wearing a short like skirt that's blowing all over the place and you're wearing fucking hooker boots. And like what's the primary demographic of the people attending that school? Jeets and like Africans that are being imported to play sports. And you're walking around like that. And I'm supposed to like take you seriously. You might be the best girl in the world, but like if you're dressing like that for people that like aren't me, like I don't know what to tell you. Another problem is too is like I need my wagey job. Like I like my wagey job. I know that if I'm pushed back into having to like look for another one, it'll probably end up being worse, far worse. So I'm not gonna risk it by like interacting with women while working, dude. My my stream page just like completely refreshed. I don't know. I was getting piles of errors too. I don't really know what's going on. Uh, what am I going to do? I don't know, man. That wouldn't be good. What I will probably do is rent out like a commercial garage and park a trailer in it that I can live in. That's my plan. Even if I ignore all the even if I ignore all the red pill shit about like tattoos, like oh, it shows she's got daddy issues or she's, whatever, like I just don't like the way they look. I think 99.99% of them look like trash. They just look fucking awful. They're ugly. There's some exceptions, but I don't think I've ever seen a tattoo that made a girl look better. There's some that didn't make her look worse, but that's it. Like neutral, breaking even is the best I've ever seen. Yeah, women have a giant ink branding on their brain. Zog in all capital letters right on their prefrontal cortex. And women like pain, man. They really do. Did you guys see in the UK that they're including as part of sex ed for like 8th graders how to safely choke your girlfriend during sex? That's now part of the First of all, people you're not even supposed to be interacting with are having sex. Second of all, boys that are too retarded not to accidentally choke a girl to death while having sex with her are allowed to be getting laid. That's the world we're in. You're not allowed to have sex with them, but boys that are too retarded not to choke her to death and have to be taught how to not choke somebody to death during sex are allowed to have sex with them. Makes a whole lot of sense. Here, I'll see if I can find the article. Yeah, right here. UK. Young children are being taught how to choke girlfriends safely during sex, Parliament told. Tory Pearce said, "Unfortunately, I have been recently made aware that a council-funded sex education presentation shown in schools to young underage children told them how to safely choke their girlfriends during sex, saying it must be done with consent, suggesting strangulation can be done safely, which of course it cannot." Yeah, no, except they're not brown, by the way, dude. They probably use diagrams of brown guys doing the choking with UK girls. This whole like pretend that this is something that only applies to the non-whites. No, it probably applies to white women more than any of these other demographics. No. Yeah, if they were teaching Indians in the UK how to choke safely, they wouldn't have to because Indian males have a weaker grip strength than white women. So they're genetically predisposed to choking safely. They physically can't choke somebody out. Did you guys see the hot South African girl that got to be a refugee that's pissing off all the brown women? It's like one hot girl got to be a refugee from South Africa, and now all of a sudden these people are going, "Oh, look, they are fine with refugees." Yeah, because they're let's see if I can find her. She was at like the thing where they were introducing a bunch of them.
And the South
represent new laws, global norms, and South Africa who are done here are going of those murder democratic in South Africa.
They're not. They don't like showing her. It might encourage people to, be pro South African refugees. Pretty blonde refugee girls are a pretty easy sale instead of fucking dead-eyed fucking turd world men. Has there ever been a Pajit that's a successful MMA fighter? There was Buller. Buller was like a very temporary champ in ONE FC. I think that's the only one ever. And he fought at heavyweight where, it's just blobs. So, R. John Buller. There, we'll pull him up on Sherdog. This is the greatest Indian mixed martial arts competitor. Holy fuck, load. Arjan Singh Buller. Yeah, and he's a bunch of literal who's on the regional circus. Got cut from the UFC and then went and fucking broke even against bums in one championship and somehow became the champ over there. JDM beating Bilal, dude. I don't know. Australians are on my nerves lately because there's tons of fucking Australian guys that come here. They like vacation here in Canada for some reason, maybe because it's cheap or something. And there's like ski resorts that they seem to like skiing and shit. But like it's one-sided immigration from them too. Like I've never met an Australian woman that came to this country, and I've met more Australian guys than I can count. Just hordes of Australian men pouring into Canada. No, not a single Australian woman. On a personal level, like I don't dislike the Australian guys, but I can't deny that the gender ratios are fucked, man. Yeah, imagine voluntarily coming to Canada as a white man. God, they mustn't know better. Yeah, I'm sure Australia is awful as well. It's just like you're not making where I live any better by. I mean, I'd rather have an Australian guy than an Indian guy or a Somali, no contest. But I'd rather have women of any race than more men. And like the Australian guys aren't like getting sponsored, you know what I mean? A lot of them are working like service jobs while they're here, and it's not It's not even a knock. Like, they're hardworking dudes. I talked to some of them. They're funny guys. They're normal dudes. But like, you didn't bring any women with you, did you? The women in real life are Zogwald. Okay, you don't do what Zog wants, you never see him. And then you do finally figure it out. You finally figure out the game. Oh, you're 30 years old, and yeah, you're too smart to or too experienced, too jaded, if not too smart, to go for the women on offer because you know that they're just like Zog's whores. React to the channel TFL Reborn. Sure, let's check it out. Look it up here. I gotta send some offers on eBay too. I think South Africa is overtly worse, but like what I think is better about South Africa is that it's like out in the open. Like nobody pretends that what's going on in South Africa is not going on in South Africa. Here we have all of our problems and your mental health is under siege 24/7 because sorry dude, you're just annoying. I don't want to read your nonsense. I'm trying to interact with chat. I'd rather things be like a little bit worse in practice. Hang on, beer back. Okay, sorry. No, I'd rather have like a shared suffering that everybody can admit exists than things be slightly better, but people don't even admit that they're bad. I value like my mental health. I want like some company for my misery instead of just being like atomized. Not sure. I didn't know that there was any books that predicted it. Yeah, the hostile government is much weaker in South Africa than here. Yeah, they'll actually let the South Africans leave. do you think that Canada or the United States, if you had a group of white people that were like, yeah, we're being like attacked by non-whites, like, you know, we need asylum somewhere else, your own government would probably throw you in a cage and force you to stay. They'd probably lock you in a prison that's overwhelmingly black and lecture you about, you know, how bigoted you are, how you need to learn to get along with your fellow Americans. I don't need to imagine it, dude. I got a taste of it here. Can't even keep the roads paved, dude. What do you think the roads look like in my city? I'm building a fucking pre-runner so that I can drive on the streets that my tax dollars are supposed to be paying for. Okay? I'm gonna have 20 inches of long travel suspensions so I can fucking drive to work without breaking shit. Okay? Yeah, like at least in South Africa, you only have to dodge carjackings and potholes, not carjackings, potholes, and feces everywhere. I don't know. I don't think I'd like to do a flat Earth stream or something with Thomas at some point, but that stream kind of just became like Twitter for me, where I'm just getting rage baited the whole time. Feel like I was spinning my tires too. You know, I don't mind getting on streaming here when I gotta fucking grind a bunch of honor like an Indo fucking keyboard slave. But oh my god, I clicked the portal. I'm retarded. I got griefed. Griefed in game, but that's okay. Kinda gotta piss anyway. Get a 15-minute break.
Hey, Caravan, what happened?
Somebody put down a fucking Darnassus portal in AV. I clicked it, man. Like, it's fucked.
Somebody types in the chat, "Oof, you got someone, poor guy."
Yeah, you got oofed indeed, dude. That's fucked.
I mean, those mages are fucking niggers.
You get banned. You get banned for AFKing in AV for 30 seconds, but you don't get banned for doing that.
Pretty sure it is bannable.
Well, why wouldn't they just disable portals in the BG?
It should.
You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna disable fucking racials in Arena and TBC, you know, you'd think that we could
Uh,
disable
That's a
portals in
meme, by the way.
BGs.
That post is a meme. They're not actually disabling racials.
I was actually excited for that, honestly. I thought, oh, maybe I will play Arena. Nope.
I sent that to fucking Indoors, and he was like, "Is that real? Are you trolling me, nigger?"
Orc's not feeling so hot right about now.
Yeah.
I got tomorrow off, so I should be able to farm honor easily here. Get most of it, if not all of it, done. No, I'm just on Discord with our World of Warcraft guys.
Falsity's right, though. You probably can get banned for doing that portal griefing shit, but it's, like, probably super unlikely, because, like...
You have to be like manually reported by.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's like, how do we even know which of these, like, 6 mages did it, right? Like...
Yeah, I'll probably stream some tomorrow.
I mean, at least it's not like fucking retail when there was the Dalaran portal in. They would just put you like above Dalaran crater and you'd fall to your death.
Actually, I like playing female
Pretty sure they took
characters
that
so
out
I
at
can
some
stare
point,
at their
too. I don't
ass
think it
because I'm
exists
not
anymore.
gay, actually. It's not because I'm trans, actually.
Yeah, I did not fall to my death when I was portaling all around the world in retail.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it worked if it was like an old spell or something you could like I don't really know how it worked at all. But I just know there in BFA and like probably Shadowlands there used to be a Dalaran port that would put you way above the crater in Eastern Kingdoms, you know? And yeah, you would just fall.
I'm gonna stop this stream. I'll start it up again when I don't got friends on here to play with. Have a good day, guys.